Talks with Sunshine. Okay. So all this stuff that they tell you about breathing and relaxing, like I said, try not to keep your mind on anything. Honey, out the window. Do you hear me? I'm like, trying to just, I trust me, I done played softball, been hit in the shin, hit in the face, like the shin a couple of times. And when I tell you that pain is nothing like that, like I give it round of applause to all you women who do this with no epidural, like just, whew, oh my God. But God. So, like I said, I'm still in here by myself. Contractions are coming and the lady's like, okay, how are you feeling right now? If you want your epidural, you can ask, because at this point, they're like, what do you want to do? And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, I'm trying to have her, natural, no epidural, because I don't want to have any back pains. And yeah, she asked me when did I want my epidural, and I was like, when can I get it? She was like, well, now it's around the time because you're about, oh, that's what I forgot to tell y'all. The doctor told me that I was like only 3.5 centimeters dilated. So I don't know if it was like false alarm or my back was just spreading or what. But he broke my water, and the contractions, like I said, were coming. And lady was like, this is around the time, people usually get it, maybe about 3 or 4 centimeters, no more than 6, I want to say she said. I can't remember, but don't quote me. She was like, you can get it now, because if you go ahead and wait too long, then you're gonna have to go through this without any being medicated. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Keep in mind, my fiance is still not here. Okay. So they come in and they give me my epidural, and I don't know what the freak was going on. Well, I do know what the freak was going on. Basically, like, they had an anesthesiologist who was there, but he was instructing, my bad. I can't talk. He was instructing another lady who was doing my epidural. And she was like taking forever. So I mean, I don't like to be rude. Like, I'm very polite, I'm very humble. Like, that's just me. I believe in bad karma, baby, because it do come, and when it comes, it can hit anybody that's around you, baby. It don't have to be anything with you. So I try to be, just a person with a good heart. Even though people do effed up stuff, like, I just try to remain myself, kill people with kindness, and just ignore bad spirits. Because at the end of the day, all you can worry about is you. You can't control nothing around you. So I told this, like, I kind of was spazzing out, and I was like, are y'all done? And the nurse was like, why you saying it like that? And I'm like, because y'all picked the wrong person to back to play in. And the nurse looked at me, she was like, and I'm like, y'all, like, it was no stutter stepping on it. Like, I need y'all to come on, because y'all playing in my fucking back. Y'all playing in my back, baby. And if y'all mess up something, best believe. Okay. So the lady goes through whatever she's doing. She finally finishes, and the air conditioner just cut on. Lady goes through whatever she's doing. She finally finishes, and I just feel like this relief. I'm like laying in the bed, and my mother-in-law FaceTimed me, and she was like, what's going on? What they saying? What's happening? I'm like, well, I just got my epidural or whatever, and I'm so high. That's all I remember telling her. Like, I feel so high. And like I said, keep in mind, at this point, I probably had been in labor since about 2 o'clock that morning. So this epidural, it was the best. Didn't make it to the hospital till like 12:30 or so, and they didn't put me my epidural till maybe like 2 something. So yeah, I definitely felt good after that. I was high. Shoot. The nurse comes in and checks on me after that, and I'm just waiting on my fiance to come, you know, because I don't know what's going on, and I just didn't want him to not be there for the birth of his child. And my mother-in-law is posted in the parking garage in case she has to come in, because if I'm going into labor, like, somebody's gonna be there with me, basically. Like, if she has to be the one that just stays up there with us the whole time for the visit, then she gonna sacrifice it and he won't be there, because I was not doing this by myself. Okay. So going through this whole process, and it's just amazing, like I said. So yeah, basically after the epidural, I felt high. Nurse comes back in and she checks on me, and she was like, how's your pain right now? And I'm like, good. She was like, do you feeling any pressure? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. She was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your pain? And I'm like, probably like a 2, if that. I'm like, I'm okay right now. She was like, well, you're in the peak of a contraction right now. And I'm like, what? Wait, this epidural, like, she really did her drill on it. Like, she did a good job. And I feel bad for like pressuring her to like speed it up, because now that I'm thinking about it, she definitely could have did something wrong, and my back could have been messed up for the rest of my life. Like, I could have been paralyzed for the rest of my life. So I definitely apologize to her. I don't know if you ever see this video, lady. I do apologize to you, because you can't rush perfection. Okay. So it just went from there, like I said, and then before I knew it, my doctor was coming in, and he says, okay, I think we're gonna go ahead, and I want to do a section, because I don't want her to eat the feces. This is a big baby. I'm not sure if you'll be able to push, so I'm going to just go ahead and do an emergency C-section for your sake. And I'm like, okay, you know, when is that gonna happen? Why this man tells me I'm gonna start your IVs in the next 15 minutes? What? Keep in mind, my fiance is still not here, y'all. So my mother-in-law, like I said, the whole time my mom and my mother-in-law are steady calling me. So I'm like telling them what's going on, and she was like, well, he said he wasn't far, like he was on the highway, da 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 da. Okay, so I'm calling him and I'm telling him to stop at the store and give me some candy, because I haven't eaten since probably like 10 o'clock Thursday night. If that, it might have been before that, but at least 10 o'clock, I hadn't eaten anything, and I have been in labor all day. Only thing I probably ate that morning, like I said, was the peanuts. And I'm freaking hungry. Now I find out that I'm going to be having a baby, so they tell you that you can't eat or drink anything. And then on top of that, they scheduling me to have a C-section. So what are we doing again? I'm hungry. Okay, so I text my fiance and say, hey, you know, can you get me some candy or something at the store? Why does his mom fuss at him for stopping at the store, y'all? It was so funny. It definitely was fun. It definitely was funny. And he comes in flying in the door after, I guess she called. She was like, he said he was around the corner, you know, tell him to hold up. And so they're waiting on him, and basically like he busts in with his bags like Superman, and they break down the news that I'm gonna have a C-section to him, and for the sake of everything with the COVID-19 going on, he can't go in there. So it was like he busted in the room only to get his little feelings shut down. And it was like, you know, he gave me a kiss and he was like, "You got this, champ." And I'm like, okay. So they tell him, like, you know, hey, you can wait by such and such, and, you know, you can kind of hear the baby, like, crying or whatever like that. But that was basically, like, it. He didn't get to see the birth of his child. So, you COVID. Okay? Okay. And that was basically it. Like, they started my IVs and everything maybe about 4:30-ish or so, maybe like a little bit before then, but about 4:30-ish for sure. And my baby was born at 5:01. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, I will be making more videos about being a mom and just everything, like just life. Welcome to Talks with Chelsea. Okay. So yeah, and that's really just like all I have to say about that. Make sure you subscribe and like and share all you guys want to. And if you are a new mom, give this video a big thumbs up. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Until then, peace, love, and blessings.